So nothing really got away, you're driving me crazy. I am no tutor where singing's concerned, but over time I've learned to sing and play the guitar at the same time. And yesterday, in a few threads, people have asked if there's any tips for singing and playing at the same time. As I said, I'm not no tutor, and I'm not going to try and teach you to sing, but I've got a few tips that maybe will help you along the way of singing and playing at the same time. And the way I've done it, and obviously can only advise you or explain to you how I've accomplished this over quite a few years. It didn't happen to me for quite a long time. I struggled with it the same as everyone else does. But things that I picked up over time, I believe helped me no end. And I'll try and explain to you how it worked for me. In the beginning, I printed off a song I liked for whatever reason. I can't remember the first song I done, but I printed the song off of some website, and then I tried to play the song, and I had great difficulty with it. And the reason I did is because there's these when you print them off. To me, they're like aid memoirs. They're there as a to assist you, but they're not exactly spot on. And I had trouble with that because I tried to go with the lyrics and the chords, and sometimes the lyrics were incorrect and the chord was not over the word in the lyric where the chord changed. So I tried to keep with it, but it just didn't work. I'm not saying that's the case for every song that you would print off. It's just that I found that in the first few, and I suppose because of that, that's what put me off. So from then, I looked up the lyrics on a website for a particular song, and I wrote them out myself. I wrote them out in pen, biro, but I didn't include the the chords in biro. I wrote them above the word in pencil, and then once I'd wrote the lyrics out, I then listened to the song a few times, going through the lyrics as I'm listening to the song. I found that again there were words that were incorrect, and I corrected the word and carried on through the song. I then would do that again and go over until I was happy that I'd got the words correct. I then proceeded to follow where the chords were that I'd wrote down in pencil, and was that correct in the original song that I was listening to? And again, sometimes yes, it did fall on the word, and sometimes it didn't. Where the chord was not over the actual word of the chord change, I then could rub the pencil chord name away and then put it exactly where it was. And over a period of time, this helped me so much, in as far as I did get the correct wording and lyrics, and I also got the correct chord over the correct word, and then I proceeded to learn the song. Again, you know, it is a long process, and I even today, even though I've been playing for like 4 years, I think, even today I still do the same process, and it does help me no end. So that's a good tip I can pass on, that maybe you want to do or maybe you don't. Obviously I can only say how it helped me. Going on further from that, I then proceeded to only sing. Sorry, let me go back one step. In that process, I then learn the sequence of the chords. So it may be a C, a G, an A minor and an F, and I got comfortable playing that, where I didn't have to worry too much of looking at what I was doing with my hands. So that way I could concentrate on the singing side of things, because I'd actually spent a lot of time getting the sequence and the progression of the chords right. So that way I could then just concentrate on the singing, because I'd got the chords down under my fingers. Again, once I'd done that, I only started to like hum along the first line of the verse, and then I'd go back and sing that verse again, and then again, and then again, and I would sing that line over and over again until I was happy with that line and with the chord changes that come with that first verse, first line of the verse. And then I would then leave that and then go on to the second line of the verse, and then again I would learn the second line, and once I had learnt the second line and I was comfortable with it, I would then put the two together. So I would then do the first line, then try and add the second line before I then moved on, and I would just keep doing this over and over again until such a time that I was comfortable with the first line, the second line, then I'd move on to the third and then add them together, and then so on and so on, as obviously you can now gather my process. So learn the first line, learn the second, put the two together. Once you've got them, learn the third, then put the three together, and so on. But going back first is making sure that you get the chords and the progression correct, so as you've not got too much worry of the chords, and you can just concentrate on the lyrics of the song. A couple of things to take on board when you're doing that is don't rush. There's no point in rushing. If you've got to pick a song that you really like, because you're going to be playing it for a couple of weeks at least. And each song I do takes me a couple of weeks. I know I'm a lot older than a lot of the younger ones, and you may well pick it up a damn sight quicker than I do. But it takes me at least 2 weeks at least before I sort of feel happy that I'm sort of getting it together. Some songs have come together a little bit quicker than that, but not much. And there's some songs that I've spent probably double that time on trying to get it together. And it's when you actually start trying to get it together, that's when you find that these songs are not as easy as they first look. But obviously you just got to keep going on and on and on, and practice and practice and practice until you get there. When you then get the bones of the song together, and really when you're starting off on a song, just take your time and just take a little bit at a time. And then if you get bored of it or you get a little bit frustrated with it, put it aside and just mess about doing something else until you go back to it. But you've got to be patient, you've got to be persistent, and just keep trying and trying. I do find I watch people that are playing songs, and they're really good at what they're doing. They're strumming away on some song, and by the looks of their face, you can sort of see they want to sing it, but I think the camera puts them off. But when you're doing this and you record yourself, and what I would say is record yourself all the time. Watch it, delete it, or save it somehow, if you can. But when you're doing this, you're in your shed or wherever, your back room or wherever you are, and when you're doing this, it's only you. And when you've recorded yourself and you've watched it over, and you think that's really bad, then delete it or do whatever you want to do with it. You haven't got to share it. So don't worry too much about it. And the reason I'm saying use the camera all the time is so as you get used to the camera. because after a while you get used to the camera, and it is just a camera. It's just a device that's sitting in the room, you know. But when you first start, when this camera starts, you're scared to death, the same as I was, the same as everyone is. But the more you use the camera, the less it becomes so much of a thing in your mind. So I'm really trying to say to you is, you know, pick a song that you like, write the lyrics down, write the chords down in pencil over the top, then start on the first line of the verse, see where you can go with that, then go over it and over it and over it until you're happy with that. Then add the second line, then the third, and so on, as I've explained. You know, and just don't be scared, just go for it. No one's going to see it until you feel like you want to share it. And I can tell you that the first, I don't know, 10 songs that I posted was terrible. I really do believe they were terrible, but it got me into a frame of mind of actually posting the songs, you know, and people encourage you, and the encouragement obviously gives you another boost to keep doing it and keep trying your best. So as I say, I can't really teach you to sing. It's down to you to really, you know, get the singing together. But it's just a couple of points that I've had that's helped me, and you know, and just be brave and just go for it. You know, write out the lyrics and just sing the first couple of lines. You ain't gonna like it. You're not gonna like it at all. But you've got to start somewhere. And everyone that plays the guitar and sings, they all started the same. No one is born with this talent. You've got to learn. You've got to learn. And everyone started exactly the same. So did I, and so did everyone else. And I'm far from brilliant, but I'm happy with how I sing and play. And really, at the end of the day, you are really only pleasing yourself. You know, so go for it. You know, I can't really help you any more than that. It's just down to you to do. Anyway, I thought I'd just put a couple of bits together how it's helped me. Maybe it helped you. Maybe not for you. But just have a go. Just have a go, please. Thanks very much. Cheers, babe.